Hello everyone and welcome to round number 5 here for Gen Challenge 30, our mid-season showdown here in second third place in Pico Rivera, California. I am Jesus Coronel, this is Young Kim, and we are underway for round number 5. We're going to have our two opponents on the screen, and this is likely a win-in situation for both of these trainers.
Right.
And it's going to be Celestino Pace against Deuel. Celestino on the screen. We're going to see Espafra Fluttermane, Chi-Yu Raging Bolt, Sandy Shocks, and Groudon. While Len over here is going to bring Calyrex Shadow Rider, Rillaboom, Incineroar, Clefairy, Urshifu Rapid Strike, and Raging Bolt. And we're already underway. We can't even speak.
Wow. Yeah, Celestino's team reminds me of a strategy that we like to call Gravity Blades, right? With the gravity from the Sandy Shocks, right, and the Precipice Blades. So you're just free to click Precipice Blades without the concerns of missing. And Len is playing a little bit of a more slower Calyrex Shadow Rider team, don't we think?
I mean, the viewers won't know that right now, but like we're gonna see what's gonna be coming out in the situation here. Len's gonna lead the Incineroar and Calyrex, and Celestino gonna lead the typical Letterman Chi-Yu lead. So first of all, we're gonna get the As One ability active on that Calyrex, meaning it's gonna have both the Grimday ability of Spectrier and the Unnerve ability preventing the berries from activating. Beads of Ruin activates, so we're into special defense better Pokemon. We're gonna get the Intimidate down, and we do see this as Choice Specs on the Fluttermane.
And the Choice Scarf on the Chi-Yu. So if it does have Snarl, it's able to just click Snarl and just shut down the Calyrex. As you can see, Instant has a lot of damage. Instant has a lot of Fake Out pressure going on the Chi-Yu, but
we do see a Terra Ghost is available.
Right, and so Celestino is going back and forth whether to Terra Snarl, which is not a bad idea. If you can get off the Snarl on the Calyrex, you're able to shut down from the Calyrex from doing more damage than you. As we know, Calyrex does a lot of damage. As you can see, going for the Terra. Yeah,
we're gonna see the Terra coming out from this Chi-Yu here, going for this Terra Ghost. It's both great and bad because although you avoid Fake Out, it leaves you open Astral Barrage.
Right, and to be honest, Astral Barrage does a little bit too much. And Protect.
Yeah, we see a Protect here coming out here. And we see the Chi-Yu just go for the Snarl here. Smartly from Len did not go for the Fake Out here. So I'm wondering if this is actually a parting shot or a knockoff into this Chi-Yu here. Knockoff would be a lot of danger into this Chi-Yu here. We're going to see the Dazzling Gleam come out now from this Fluttermane with the Choice Specs and this Beads of Ruin ability. Does only half damage, which allows this Incineroar to eat that Citrus Berry, and it's able to get back 25% of his HP. And we see the parting shot into the Fluttermane, interestingly.
Right. The knockoff would have been so debilitating for the Chi-Yu, right? Because if you're Terra Ghost, and if you get knocked off, then you lose speed and potentially your entire HP.
Or you could have gotten KO'd, right?
Right, and you could have been KO'd, leaving Len to just click Astral Barrage as much as he would like to. Bring in the Clefairy, with the Friend Guard, you're able to take a lot more damage, and avoiding getting knocked out by Snarl, right? Unless you Terra.
Yeah, unless you Terra here, and I think we have an interesting Terra coming out from Len. We're not going to spoil it quite yet. Unless Len's going to spoil it for ourselves, let's go ahead and see what this Terra is from Len's side. It's going to be the Calyrex. You would think this is Ghost or Fairy. It's fighting.
It's fighting, yeah. This is really nice because you're able to resist the Snarl. However, as we just saw, the Fluttermane is Choice Specs with Dazzling Gleam.
Oh, helping hand into this Calyrex. Is it going to be faster than the Chi-Yu? I mean, it will be, but it will have a reduced power of special defense, a special attack from that Snarl. Conversely, just a Beads of Ruin affecting the Fluttermane.
Right. Now, Calyrex is at -1, but you can take advantage of that Astral Barrage, boost the Beads of Ruin, boost the Astral Barrage, and hopefully it's able to knock. Oh, and it gets a double knockout.
Double knockout there for an Astral Barrage. That Snarl is now negated, and instead of a drop, it's now going to be a +1 special attack, and the Clefairy's Friend Guard going to reduce its damage output.
Right. And
the damage it takes.
Right. And the Helping Hand was so very nice about that. And let's not forget, the Calyrex has leftovers to recover.
Yeah, we definitely see Len with some of his leftover shenanigans. First on the Garchomp, which is well known for, but now he's taking it a step further, doing the Calyrex, which I think is a good call in this metagame because like not a lot of people expect it. And speaking of not expecting, we're going to see this Groudon come in here alongside the Raging Bolt, so Drought and Photosynthesis will activate.
Right. That Photosynthesis, we're going to have to check to see what stats it boosts actually, and the Raging Bolt's Photosynthesis activates, seeing that it gets a special attack boost, being able to do a little bit more electric type damage, and as we can see, the Raging Bolt is in a Assault Vest set. Though it'll take a little bit less damage, it'll definitely take a chunk now with the Calyrex being at +1.
And the problem here is like as much as you want to be able to Thunderclap the the Counteract Shadow Rider? I don't think you can with this Clefairy import because you have Follow Me to redirect the priority move to make sure you don't even get to use that priority move at all because we see another helping hand from this Clefairy.
Wow, Len just going all right on the offensive here. Clicking Astral Barrage at +1, and let's see how much damage this does to the Groudon and Raging Bolt.
Oh, Groudon goes down, but Raging Bolt takes over half damage. It's going to be vulnerable to the next attack, but I think this is more than game over, and this just shows you cannot lead Calyrex like this. You have to find a way to keep it in check. Although the Thunderbolt will go to this Clefairy, they said Eviolite, it's going to survive it, and Len going to quickly win game number 1.
Yeah, though we got to see how bulky this Raging Bolt is at taking a Astral Barrage at +1 from the Calyrex.
With a helping hand.
With a helping hand, too. It was too late by now. Calyrex was able to snowball a lot of its lead, and Len just shows how powerful Calyrex Shadow Rider can be once set up properly with the right support.
Yeah, and Terra Fighting's the interesting one because they're having a bit of a discussion on how do you beat those dark types. You know, because there's a lot of dark types in this metagame. Like, she uses like one of them on Celestino's team, but like, there are plenty more dark types. Like, Incineroar was another popular one. We started to same typing as the Chi-Yu here. Follow Me comes out from this Clefairy, and it's going to redirect the potential Thunderclap from this Raging Bolt, which it did go for.
Right, and that's your only out if you're really hoping that Len just clicks Helping Hand again, so that you can just click Thunderclap easily. But again, Len doesn't fall for that. Clicks Astral Barrage and Follow Me to take game 1.
Yeah, and going back to the whole Terra Fighting thing, I feel like Terra Fighting is an interesting tag because normally you would see a Terra. If you were seeing defensive Terras, you would think Terra Fairy because you would resist Dark type. But Fighting is interesting because not only does it resist Dark, but you're playing into the hands of potential threats like Tornadus, like Fluttermane, you know, all of those like things that are helpful against those fighting types. And conversely, I think Len has enough counter activity to make that work.
Right. He has the Incineroar to kind of resist that damage. He also has Clefairy to take less damage from all those spread type moves, right? And he has Rillaboom to switch in the Grassy Surge and be able to recover with paired with leftovers. And as we can see, this Calyrex also has Terra Blast with it, so this is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, clearly this Calyrex is clearly meant to take on those dark types.
Right. It's the anti-fighting. It's the anti-dark Calyrex Shadow Rider. It's Shadow Fire, if you will, right?
And both players are already locked in pretty quickly.
They know what they're doing.
17 seconds. That's just 17 seconds.
Wow. Extremely fast. They're both confident in what they're wanting to do for game 2, and just as we were talking, you're about to leap into game 2.
Yeah, and it's up to Celestino to figure out how she's going to be able to deal with that Calyrex Shadow Rider, because that Snarl was a good idea, but that just opened the lens to a big opportunity to go for that Terra Fighting, as that Calyrex did protect the turn 1, and we're going to be seeing the same exact leads from Len for Calyrex and Incineroar. Sandy Shocks is Spother this time around for Celestino.
Wow, this is a flashback to the past, Reg B, when we're talking about Sandy Shocks and Spathra with the gravity and speed boost, and you're able to land all your hypnosises with no problem, and it gets really rough, right? And bringing back an old but very, very fun strategy from previous regulations.
Conversely, we do see that booster energy speed proc on the Sandy Shocks. That was what's backup plan at Photosynthesis wasn't active because of the weather control you see with the Pelipper Kyogre. Maybe the occasional Tyranitar or Ninetales. It's just there to make sure that, hey, you want to take away my weather? Not on my watch.
Right. And interestingly enough, this Sandy Shocks is Terra Normal. Very, very interesting. Though it's no Terra Ghost, right, to resist that, to have that fake out immunity. Now we see Celestino going back and forth with that gravity and the Spathra clicking Protect.
And we are going to see Celestino go for that Terra. I mean, if it is Terra Normal on the Sandy Shocks, okay, it is. So it's definitely targeted against Calyrex, but if Len protects the Calyrex again, it leads to one of two things. One, you kind of need to see a I think, yeah, obviously you're trying to protect you, make sure you get the speed boost. I'm more so wondering what happens, like, if you fake out the Sandy Shocks, there's probably, yep, you can fake out the Sandy Shocks, you lose out on a turn, and now you're either going to substitute off. Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, and the substitute.
Yeah, the substitute goes up here. Yeah, now that it's going on with the leftovers, there's a big problem now. I don't know if you can hypnosis through a substitute. If you can, it probably will come down to a big accuracy check. But more importantly, I believe this now throws out the combo because if a spot throws faster than the Sandy Shocks now, the gravity hypnosis combo is not going to work.
Yeah, the gravity goes before the hypnosis, which we don't want that if we're playing the Espathra Sandy Shocks game, right? And as we just mentioned, hypnosis I believe does not go through substitute and unfortunately that makes Len's Calyrex just free to launch off any type of damage it wishes to at this moment.
You could go for the Terra Blast fighting onto the Sandy Shocks.
Exactly, and that could be so devastating right now. But we do know that the Sandy Shocks is as of right now, faster, I believe, than Calyrex.
Well, we're not taking chances right now. We're not going to take chances.
Yeah, we're gonna use Protect. We're gonna make sure that this Calyrex stays healthy and is able to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and this Spathra was going to be faster than this gravity, unfortunately. And Earth Power goes into the Protect and not into the Incineroar. This Incineroar kind of has a free reign to go for the knockoff onto this Spathra, but instead it's going to go for the parting shot onto the Sandy Shocks. This could be the Clefairy coming in here. I'm now wondering, why was gravity not set? Like, how badly did you want to break that substitute?
Right. This substitute brings a lot of fear. Ooh, and bringing the Rillaboom for extra recovery and fake out pressure. Now this is Len's chance to kind of start raining down damage with whatever maybe Fighting Terra Blast onto the Sandy Shocks. Breaking the Sash on the Espathra would also be a nice way to kind of shut down the Hypnosis spam that's been going on for these past few turns.
Yeah, that Espathra's only getting faster and faster, but I just leave Sandy Shocks, dude. Like, what do you do? Because you can't set gravity quickly enough. You're getting all that speed, but you're really not getting much benefit from that speed.
Right. This is a little bit troublesome for Celestino because this game is not going anywhere. The Hypnosis has been missing. You're not setting up gravity, and
Terra Fighting, I think, is coming out from the land because we saw Calyrex come out of that substitute.
Right, and Terra Fighting does put a lot of pressure on Celestino's Terra Normal Sandy Shocks, but with Astral Barrage, it does set a lot of pressure on the Espathra. Though you won't be hitting the Sandy Shocks with Astral Barrage because it's Terra Normal.
Well, let's see what's going to happen this turn. Fake out into this spot, so it's not going to get a chance to fire off another Hypnosis. It's only gotten one try so far on that move. We finally get to see the gravity setup, which is going to signal the Sandy Shocks being faster. And here comes the Terra Blast
onto the Sandy Shocks. Let's see how much damage this does.
This should be a knockout.
I think so too. And there we go. And now it's at +1, and now begins the Astral Barrage raining. Right.
There's good news and there's bad news. The good news is that gravity's now up. Bad news is it too late?
Yeah. No matter how many times you want to land that Hypnosis on the Calyrex, there's a substitute doll, and substitute dolls can sleep, right? But we now see that Celestino has the Groudon, but it opts to bring in the Raging Bolt instead. Fearing that the Groudon may be knocked out at +1 as we just saw previously. As we can see, the Volt Switch, Celestino is debating to use the Volt Switch to get the Groudon safely switched in. And the Hypnosis trying to land on Rillaboom. And now, Espathra's so fast, you can launch Hypnosis anywhere but the Calyrex, and the Calyrex goes for the Protect. There won't be any damage going on against this Calyrex while the Espathra is lying around.
Not at all, but Espathra will get its first Hypnosis off on the second try now that gravity's been set up. Meaning this Rillaboom is going to spend a turn doing nothing, and I believe this Raging Bolt did just correctly target this against the Protect of Len.
Right.
And when you do that, you get the Volt Switch off, you get a free swap out, and you just get free real estate as you're going to switch out this Raging Bolt into what likely is going to be that Groudon in the back, and it is.
Right, and the Groudon is a nice switch in here. However, let's not forget that this Calyrex is still fast. And as we just saw at +1, it was able to knock out a Groudon using Astral Barrage.
Although that was helping hand boosted.
Yeah, although that was helping hand boosted. Maybe Celestino is banking on the fact that that helping boost was what really pushed it over the edge for the Groudon to be able to get knocked out by the Astral Barrage.
I'm wondering, okay, I'm pretty much had to assume that Lumina Crash from this Espathra will be able to break the substitute.
Right. I'm
more so wondering, will that be enough of a combination of Precipice with the knockout? Because I think the answer is no. And especially now with the Clefairy coming in.
Right, and even if the Lumina Crash happens to knock out the substitute here, Calyrex still gets to hit both slots using Astral Barrage because there's no normal types going on here.
Yeah, here comes that Astral Barrage at +1 special attack thanks to that Grim Nail they got. It will knock up the Espafra. Groudon takes it pretty comfortably though.
Yeah, and as we just
Although it won't take a second one.
right, it will definitely not be able to take a second one with the Grimnade boost now putting it up to +2 special attack.
Oh.
The Groudon going for the Fire Punch, and it does not enough. It only does a little bit less than half damage thanks to the Friend Guard.
And all that's left is that Raging Bolt with Groudon combination, and I think Glenn's just gonna get a 2-0 sweep on Celestino because I see a very obvious follow me with Astral Barrage.
Right. There's no reason to risk clicking Helping Hand or any other move on Clefairy right now. Simply clicking Follow Me will be able to redirect any damage output that the Raging Bolt can put out on Calyrex using Thunderclap. And Calyrex being the fastest Pokemon on the field, you're able to click Astral Barrage, and it goes for the Protect.
Well, that Protect's probably going to be... yeah, there's a Follow Me here to redirect the Thunderclap. We know for a fact that +2 Astral Barrage was not enough to knock out a Raging Bolt. But, okay, smart enough for Celestino not to go for that Thunderclap this turn. But I still think this is too late for this Raging Bolt to do much of anything. We saw how much damage that Thunderbolt did. That did actually less than I thought.
Yeah, it really goes to show how bulky is this Raging Bolt with the Assault Vest. Now, is Len going to opt for another Follow Me Astral Barrage, or click Helping Hand Astral Barrage? And will this give Celestino a chance to click Thunderclap? I would think unlikely. Simply being able, and we just saw Clefairy be able to live a Thunderbolt from the Raging Bolt.
With the Photosynthesis boost.
Exactly, and it does so much damage, but it's not enough to knock out either slot right now. So I think this looks like a pretty set game for Len just by clicking Follow Me Astral.
Yeah, another Follow Me comes out here. Celestino was hoping to catch Glenn off guard. Once again, this time going for the Thunderclap, but unfortunately that's going to fail. In comes the Astral Barrage. Will this get the double knockout and secure Glenn the set win? Let's find out with this blast. No! Raging Bolt survives the 14 HP.
Wow. I know I keep talking about how bulky this Raging Bolt is, but it's able to survive so much damage output from the Calyrex, but now it's subject to a +3 single target Astral Barrage. And I think I can say this safely that this game is over.
Oh, and gravity returns to normal.
And gravity returns to normal. How brutal, how brutal. It's unfortunate that Celestino was not able to take advantage of setting up gravity early enough in the game for Espafra to run amok.
Another Follow Me comes out here from this Clefairy. One more Astral Barrage will finish off the set. Thunderclap fails once again. What else were you supposed to do there? Here's the Astral Barrage. Len is going to beat Celestino pace 2-0 in round number 5.
Bringing him to, I believe, what is a 3-2 record?
Yeah. It is a 3-2 record, but will it be enough for getting into the top cut? This talk is a little fierce this time.
Yeah. We just saw the power of Calyrex Shadow Rider when supported under the right positioning and the right Pokemon. It's just able to sweep games on its own without minimal help, right? Having that Follow Me, having that Helping Hand, having the Fake Out pressure, and launch off as many moves as it would like.
Yeah, and that's why you need a Calyrex check in this metagame, because even if you see the offensive ones with the Ghost Terra, you have to account for the defensive Terras, such as the Fighting and the Ghost. And Fighting and Fairy are like the defensive Terras for Calyrex, but even then, you made leftover substitute work. And I think that's become a signature of Len, where it's like, if you have a Pokemon that has substitute and it's some sort of like longevity, that's sort of the game he likes to play.
Right. You're able to outlast, but outdamage the opponent. And this is possible through that Grimnade ability. That's why so many people, so many players, so many trainers are running normal type Pokemon like Ursaluna, Fergraph, or even NDD, just to shut down the Calyrex.
Yeah, that's going to be doing it for round 5, though. We will be right back with another break here. We will find out our top 8 players, and we'll give you our top cut and top 8 match coming after this break. You do not want to go anywhere.